Hi, my name is Rithwick BR. I'm doing my first year B.Ed in Fathima Moral Training College. My topic for today is function of Edusat. Before I move on to my topic, let me first give an introduction to Edusat. So, technology is moving or developing in an alarming rate in the modern time. In these times, it is possible to have human colonies even in an outer planet. So, that is an example of how far technology has advanced in our time. So, these advancement has benefited education sector also. Education technologies has a potential to provide opportunity or give an equal opportunity to all kinds of people. So this is an example of how far technology has advanced. This advancement has also reaped its benefit in the education sector. Educational technology has the potential to provide equal opportunities to all people. According to Means and Olson, access to educational technology at school can give students from low income homes where there is little or no access to technology a much needed edge to compete with children from much more privileged homes. We can see that uh, by using technology, education becomes much more accessible to all people. So coming into our topic, Edusat was launched by Indian Space Research Organization in 20th September 2004. It's a path-breaking effort in the concept of tele-education. The main purpose of this is to provide education to all people, especially children from remote areas of the country where education is not accessible. Edusat is the first Indian satellite built exclusively to cater the needs of education sector. It is mainly intended to meet the demands for an interactive satellite-based education system for India. It also strongly reflects India's commitment to use space technology for national development. When there is a convergence of learning and the use of internet, we can call it e-learning. The universalization of learning or education has become the top priority, especially for a developing country like India. But the quality of education that is delivered to the remote areas becomes an Herculean task for a country like India, because India is a country with multilingual population spread across vast geographical distances. Satellite can establish the connectivity between urban education institute with adequate infrastructures imparting quality education, and the large number of rural and semi-urban educational institutions that lack the necessary infrastructure. Many states are implementing the Edusat system or program and imparting education through satellite. It is primarily meant for providing connectivity to schools, colleges, and higher levels of education, and to support non-formal education, including development of communication. So moving on to our topic, functions of Edusat. The number one function that Edusat provides is that it covers all geographical areas inside the country. So for a country like India with a multilingual populations and a vast area of land with multi-terrains, coverage of each and every nook of the country is a much needed fact. So this satellite ensures that. So the next function of Edusat is that it can provide interactive and cost-effective education. So if the education that we provide or the satellite provide is very costly, then the schools and colleges or the institutions that are put in remote areas are unable to pay for or afford these satellite educations, then it would go to waste, right? So cost-effective education is being provided, and it is one of the functions of Edusat. Next, it can provide consistency to information. So even though this education is not happening in a direct mode, the information that is shared through these satellites, or the education that is given or derived from these satellite communications are very trusted, and there is a consistency to that information. So next function is that the support beams used in the Edusat are more powerful, and signals can be received with smaller satellite dish. Now this is a technical thing. The support beams that they used in the that satellite called Edusat are much more powerful. So the receiving satellite or the dish that not satellite, the receiving dish that we have to keep to receive the signals can be small, because the range of that signal is very vast. The next function of Edusat is, it is a satellite fully dedicated to the cause of education. So since it's a satellite fully dedicated to the cause of education, we can use its utmost potential to provide quality education to even the remotest areas of the country. The next function is, it is useful to implement virtual classrooms in remote and rural schools. So in remote and rural schools, there would obviously be a shortage of quality teachers or trained teachers. So this process can help in overcoming shortage of trained teachers if in-service training is given to the existing teachers in the most economical way. The teacher at the transmission end virtually becomes available to all the virtual classrooms at the receiving end. So quality education is given even to the remote areas of the country. So next function is, it can provide audio visual media and interactive multimedia facilities. Obviously, it's a given fact that audio visual medias or multimedias or other kinds of educational aids can be used, virtual educational aids can be used to make class or education much more interesting. So with this Edusat program or Edusat satellite, there's an option for that also. So next function of Edusat is, it can open up many possibilities like online teaching, video conferencing, etc. So when there is a satellite fully dedicated to the cause of education, we can have much more possibilities like video conference between teachers and virtual teachers and students, and online teachings and classes. So next function is, it can be used at all levels of education from primary schools to professional courses. So right from an elementary classroom, we can use this technology till a professional level or a postgraduate level. We can use this technology. So that is the limitless capabilities of this project. So the next function of Edusat is, it can provide live lecture sessions from the best and expert teachers. So just like I said before, there's an obvious shortage of trained teachers in a remote areas. So this technology make it possible so that an expert teacher can take the class virtually to the students of remote areas. The next function of Edusat is, it can facilitate the provision of equality in educational opportunities. So providing equality in educational opportunities in a country like India with multilingual population spread across vast geographical distances is a big Herculean task. But this technology makes it possible so that that dream is not that much far-fetched. It makes it a reality. Before establishing the Edusat, quality classes handled by expert teachers was only given to or were only benefited by the urban students. But with the working of Edusat, rural students can also enjoy its benefit. Edusat has enhanced distance education in the country, especially in medical, technical and higher education streams. So the medical, technical and higher education streams has already taken up the Edusat technology and is using the technology to improve education. So the project will be run by ISRO and IGNOU, the former providing the technical infrastructure and later developing courses and training teachers. So by a combined effort by ISRO and IGNOU, we can see a more effective education that is offered through Edusat. So the next function is, students will get the facility to see what they read in their textbook and to do experiments with the help of multimedia technologies. So obviously with the use of Edusat satellites, we can see much more usage of multimedias and other visual teaching aids in the process of education. So by using these technologies, the education becomes a much more enjoyable process, and obviously students will get much more information and practical side of the things that they learn through these visual demonstrations and other multimedia technology usage. So the next function is, it also has additional functions like providing support to formal and non-formal education, teacher training programs, increasing access to quality resource persons, enhancing community participation and taking education to the remotest corner of the country. So that is one of the major function of this satellite. that is, to make education accessible to even the nook, to each and every nook and corner of the country. To conclude, we can say that the usage of Edusat technology has enabled the education field into providing much more opportunities to people or students from remote corners of the world. So this technology has enabled India to rise as a country and to enable its citizens a equal opportunity for education. The launch of Edusat has helped in providing quality education through video programs to students studying in the interior villages. The students have benefited from the video programs delivered through the satellite. Through the aid of technology, education is becoming accessible to each and every nook and corner of the world.